Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the YouTube video. I know it's been a little bit of time since I have made the last video, and it was this one right here talking about my past reconstructive leg surgery. So I've had a lot of bumps in the road. I've been in the hospital a couple times. Now it's time to give you guys an entire breakdown update. But first, I want you guys to let me know in the comments, how are you guys doing? Okay, if you guys have any questions about weight loss journeys or you're just stuck, please let me know in the comments. I would love to reach out and give you a help. Give you a hand, I should say. You know what I meant. But buckle up. It's going to be a good video. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And let's get on to the rest of the video. Okay, so first off, I moved into a new apartment directly 3 or 4 days after I had my surgery. So it was really unexpected. Okay, had some falling out with my roommates. It wasn't nothing too planned. It was all sporadic. Okay, so I ended up getting myself a new apartment. Okay, so this is one of my bedrooms right now. It's like my makeshift office. So since I am still on crutches, yes, I'm still on crutches. I'll get to that in a bit. I have my dad staying with me, so that's like his air mattress and some of his stuff over there. But I'm going to be decking out this office, and I already kind of have it started over here with one of those goofy light stands, and then also my mini fridge, and then I have my desk set up right now. I'm going to be changing all this too. But first thing, we basically started with the leg right here, and this is what the leg looks like now, about 2 months apart. Okay, so we ended up straightening and bending the leg directly where it needs to be. I had appointments every single week, making sure that we're staying on top of everything. I was bending, straightening, and lengthening my leg 3 times a day. Sucked. Truly sucked. Can't even lie to you. But overall, it's definitely something that I truly needed in order to make sure I have a great future ahead of me. So it's something that I knew I needed to do. So one of the biggest things that everyone asks me is, how do I mentally continue to push myself every single day? So I think the biggest thing for me is, I've had a surgery every year for the past 4-5 years, somewhere around there. Okay. It was really hard. It sucked. But I made sure every single day that I woke up and told myself I'm grateful that I was no longer the person I was yesterday, and I'm one step closer to my goal. I think that's a mindset change that I needed to have with myself personally. So fast forward 2 months in, okay? Recovery is going smooth. Basically, my surgeon said, hey, you look great. Okay, your leg is completely straight. We bent it exactly where we need to, but you're still 13 millimeters shorter on the right side than the left side. Do you want to fix it? I can't even lie to you. It took it all in me. All of me to tell this guy, no, I'm not doing it. But I was like, you know what? We're already there. Let's just get the job done and call it a day. So instead of, basically bending, straightening, and lengthening the leg with the external fixator, we're now basically widening the leg and or widening the bones. So with that as well, okay, my bones started already healing in the back where there was already premature bone growing there. So what we needed to do is we basically had to make some adjustments where we're basically bending the leg. Okay, so now about 5 days after we started that, I woke up, didn't feel like myself. Okay, felt like I had just a really off day, but I was like, I got work to do. I got my clients to take care of and everything like that. So I needed to get something done. So I kept working, I kept going over everything, and throughout the day I realized man, I feel like shit. And definitely took a toll on me. It definitely wasn't the biggest thing that I really wish I could have done. I was like, you know what, whatever, I'll just go lay on the couch and work from the couch. Next thing I know, everything above the neck was extremely hot. Hot to the touch. I was sweating, I was burning up, but everything below my shoulders, ice cold. Okay, I was so cold. Had 3 blankets on. I had 2 pillows elevating my legs, so the swelling was down. I just couldn't keep my body heated, but I was extremely hot from the face up. So I called the neighbor, and my girlfriend came over, and she was looking at me, and took my temperature, and I was 103.6. That's outrageous. had a crazy fever. I messaged my surgical team, and they told me that I needed to go to the ER because those are telltale signs of infection. So I went to the ER, and my surgeon, I love him to death, okay? He got in contact about 10 p.m. from the ER, and they were like, hey, we got Rodney here, whatever, he's just not feeling good, like, what do you want us to do? Like, are we allowed to do stuff? Because, this external fixator is something that not very many people know what to do with. It's so uncommon. Not really uncommon, it's just something that not a lot of people are educated enough on to know what to do. He's basically like, yeah, no, don't touch him. Like, you need to transport him here. So I either had to take an ambulance ride 2 hours to the hospital, or I could drive myself. And I didn't want to leave my car at the hospital. I didn't want to, do all of these things. So we ended up just driving to the emergency room in Denver. So it's like an hour and a half difference from where I'm at now. And basically we got there. It took like 4 hours before I got to a hospital room. And I kept getting all this blood drawn. I'm just getting stabbed with needles back and forth, trying to, figure out what's going on, all this and that. And, in simple terms, my C-reactive proteins was super high. So base level is 10. I was at 195, which is telling my body, like, basically, hey, there's something wrong. We got to fix it. That's just my immune system kicking in and telling myself, like, hey, dude, you're sick. You got something wrong. So we finally get to a room because it was completely full. The hospital was full. Like, there wasn't a lot of rooms. Nothing was ready. Nothing was open or anything like that. So basically, we got in there. I fell asleep finally. Woke up at 5 a.m. 2 hours later. Surgical team came in. They're all looking over me, talking about everything, going over plans and what we need to do, what we need to, basically what's going on. Okay. Did not make any sense to me. Okay. First off, you come to my room at 4 or 5 a.m. and wake me up and expect me to remember everything. Didn't remember anything. Okay. So basically they're like, hey, we're going to take a bunch of tests and we're going to figure out what's going on, but we're pretty sure you have an infection in your leg. So now we need to figure out if it's in your bloodstream, if it's in the bone, or if it's just in the skins. Okay. So the biggest thing with that as well. Okay. So basically, let's fast forward to like 4 or 5 days in. Okay. Had a lot of CT scans, had a whole lot of tests done and x-rays and everything. Okay. So it turns out we had an infection in the leg. So I was working with a lot of infectious diseases team, surgical teams, everything, trying to come up with a game plan. On day 6, we ended up going into surgery. Basically, my surgeon went in there. He did a flush to help remove the extra, the fluid that's around the area where it's puffy and swollen. Turns out there was a little bit of blood in the area of where where I was feeling the most pain and discomfort, because I couldn't move my leg. I was super stiff. It hurt a lot to move. I was in a lot of pain. So with all the antibiotics, we were able to get that down. But over time, we had to start implementing something different. So infectious disease came in, the x-rays, all came back really good. There was nothing on the CT scan, which means there wasn't a crazy amount of fluid popping up, but there also wasn't a whole lot there was there was something still we needed to get done. So went in for surgery. They removed they flushed out the fluid that was in there. They got rid of all of the excess infection that was in there, and they pulled some blood underneath the skin as well that was puffed up there. So what they think happened is there was a piece of the back of the bone where there was when we started lengthening the leg, it broke one of the blood vessels in the back of the bone, which caused some bleeding to kind of inhibit the infection. So that's where they think the infection came from. But it doesn't necessarily mean that's exactly where it came from. They're still not 100% sure of where it came from, but we were able to remove it and get it out of there. So now, in simple terms, I could talk for probably 30 minutes about the topic, but right now I'm at home, okay? So they let me go yesterday. So basically what's happening is I need to be on crutches for 7 days, and then I can start walking more and more. Okay, I can start doing things back to where I was before, and we are no longer making any adjustments on what, like, we're no longer like lengthening the legs, straightening, lengthening, we're stopping it, because now my legs starting to heal already, and it's going to create a lot more damage and can cause the infection to come back. So we have to be patient. Okay, now it's just a road of recovery. So I'm super excited to start walking again and recovering everything properly, but just super excited to just be blessed to be back, basically. Overall, it's been a great journey so far from over. But I wanted to give you guys an update in case none of you guys have seen. And also just apologize for the delay. I want to start coming on here and giving you guys more informational videos about my journey, what I did, how to do things, because I think a lot of times that's where a lot of people mess up. They have a tough time understanding about how to do certain things, how to really see differences in their appearance. There's a bunch of things that I want to help with. So if you guys have any recommendations, please let me know in the comments, okay? But if you made it this far of the video, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. It would mean the world. And I would love to continue sharing my journey with you guys. And I want to bring back long-form content. It's just kind of hard right now on crutches, but I'm using my Osmo 3. I wish I could show you guys, but this has definitely been a huge help for all of these videos and stuff like that. So I'm super excited to be back in control of my content. But like I said, if you guys have anything you want to see in the comments, please let me know. But I'm looking forward to talking to you guys in the next video. Peace.